Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Rob from Rob's Game Group, and I promised this video about a week ago, so I'm late getting stuff out, but like I said in an earlier video I did today, it's just been really busy around here, and I hadn't had a chance to do this review. But I did an unboxing video, and now I'm going to do a review video for Alien, The Fate of Nostromo. It's based on the first Alien movie. And so let me be clear about what this video is. This is not going to be a how to play video. There's enough of that out there already. If you want to watch a video that's just going to teach you how to play the game, I suggest go to Watch It Played and check out his video on it. He does a fantastic job of explaining the game. I actually showed his video to one of my friends and jumped right into playing after that. So that's how good of a job I think he does on it. It's not going to be really going through the components or anything like that because I've already done all that on the unboxing video. I don't need to do it twice. I am simply going to be giving you my opinion on it now that I have played it, because I stated in that first video that I didn't really want to give a review on something that I hadn't played. And now that I've had a chance to, I can tell you what I think. Let's see. This is for 1 to 5 players, and I have been able to play it solo, and I've been able to play it with other players a few times now. So when I was reading the instructions, or the rule book for it, which is not really overly complicated, but as I'm going through it and I'm reading it the first time, I kept thinking to myself, man, when are we going to get to the combat stuff? Like, how do you deal with this alien? And I guess that comes from I played a good bit of the Aliens Another Glorious Day in the Core from Gale Force 9, which is a good game. It's a horde game, kind of like Zombicide. That's what I compare it to. It's very similar. This one doesn't have that much action in it. It's also significantly cheaper. But as I was reading it, and I got to thinking about how the game works, because basically you're moving from location to location, you're picking up items, you're combining items, crafting items to complete tasks, and then these tasks are eventually going to get you to a final mission where you're trying to blow the alien out of the airlock, or you're trying to escape the ship or whatever. But the premise of the game is very much a move and keep away and redirect the alien type of thing. You don't really take damage, and it doesn't really take damage. It's all about controlling the movement. If you've played the game Horrified, it has some it's a different designer, but it's definitely some very similar mechanics to Horrified. A lot of the movement and collecting items and stuff feels very much like Horrified. And I love Horrified, so that was a big plus for me. I have played it solo player. The cards you get, the little placards for everybody, pretty simple. It tells you how many actions you have. It tells you if whatever their special ability is right here, and then it has a place to put the items that you're walking around picking up and collecting. I've played it with Parker solo, and then I also played it with Parker and Brett solo, just because, I thought it'd be fun to have these two guys together. I will say this, there are no special rules for solo play. It's just 1 to 5 players. A lot of times when you have a game that has a solo mode or a co-op mode or whatever, it'll tell you, well, you know how the base game works, but adjust it by doing this to play solo. You don't really do that with this game. You just kind of pick a character and go, and it's intended that you just play on one character. But you can play 2. It doesn't shift the balance, more in your favor, but it actually makes it harder, because after every character or player, but after every character goes, there's a draw from the event deck, which can cause the alien to move around and do stuff. So the more characters you have active on the ship, the more chances to run into the alien or get a surprise attack or whatever, the alien showing up. So solo mode, other than that, just works like the regular game. The only thing that I would say is a downer, because this really doesn't fit the theme of the movie, and most of it does. It feels very tense. You're sneaking around the ship trying to avoid this alien, but it is not worth playing Ripley if you're playing by yourself. So Ripley has 4 actions as well, but her special ability is spend an action to move another character or another crew member 1 space. When you're playing multiple characters, that is super useful. However, when you're playing solo, if you just have Ripley, that is a wasted ability, because you're not going to have other characters to move. And the only reason that I bring this up and I say it's a waste is because she has 4 actions. One of them you can spend to do that, and if you're playing solo, you don't get to do it at all. Whereas Captain Dallas has no ability. He's the only character who doesn't get a special ability, but he gets 5 actions, so he gets 1 more action than Ripley does. So my suggestion is, if you wanted to play Ripley solo, give her an extra action, because she's not going to be able to use her special ability at all. So make her like Dallas, where she has an extra action. But in that case, you might as well just play Dallas, who has the 5 actions. I think it would have been better. Me and Haley talked about this after playing it. If she had like an alternate ability, like in solo mode, she can do this instead. But they didn't do that. So that's kind of a downer, because in the movie, Ripley ends up by herself, well, her and Jonesy, trying to get on the escape ship and get out of there. And if you want to play it like that, her special ability is just kind of useless, so she's not really worth taking. I would rather just take Dallas or one of the other characters who has really good abilities and use them instead. That's my only complaint, I guess. The game was fun. It's very fast-paced. It plays really quickly. Most games we played in about 30 minutes. It does have a lot of replayability, because you have these objective cards. There are 10 objectives, and you play with a number of objective cards equal to the number of players plus 1. So if you have 3 players, you play with 4 objective cards. You have to complete each one of these objectives before you can reveal whatever the final mission card is going to be, because you're dealing these out. You're dealing this final mission card out randomly, and you don't know what it's going to be. In fact, there are 2 of these that you don't use in solo play, but that's really the only rule change. If you're playing multiplayer, use all 5 cards. If you're playing solo, there's 2 that you don't use, because they require other players to be on the board. But you have 10 of those objective cards, only 5 players, so the most objectives you're ever going to have on the table is going to be 6. Most of the objectives are not super hard. There's a couple of them that are harder than others, but I mean, some of them are like, just get all the crew to meet in one room, and then some of them are like, take an incinerator to the nest. So you complete that. Once you complete all those objectives, then you get to flip this bad boy over and find out what the final objective is to escape the ship. I like the objective cards because there's a variety of them. It's going to make the game have a lot of replayability. It doesn't always feel the same from game to game, because they're dealt randomly. You'll get different objective cards, and then you'll get different final mission cards. So yes, you're still playing the same game, but your objectives and how you go about doing it are going to change from game to game. My only other pet peeve with the game is, again, I mentioned this in the unboxing video, and that is the flimsy cards stock that they used for the final mission cards. You know, they really could have gone another grade higher on the card stock, and that would have been probably fine. Everything else is really durable, really well made. The regular cards are really good, but these are they're just too flimsy. I'm gonna have to find a way to try to sleeve these in some way, maybe a hard case sleeve or something, top loader, just because I'm scared they're gonna get messed up over time, especially if the game gets a lot of use. And I can see this game getting a lot of use because me and several of my friends are big fans of the Alien franchise, and on top of that, it's fun. Plus, it's a cheap game. It's like $30, I think. So that's not bad at all. So I guess my final score, I would definitely give it 4 out of 5. It's a great game if you like Aliens and combat games like Horrified and things like that. I would suggest picking it up. Ravensburger does really good with most of their IP games. I've been very pleased with all of them. I'm very pleased with this one. Like I said, I wish this had been a little thicker cardstock, but I'll find some kind of top loader to put those in so that I can stop complaining about it. And my only real complaint is Ripley is useless in solo play. She gets 4 actions and no special ability. There's no reason to play her when you have Parker, who has a great ability, and 4 actions. So they should have given her something to make her enticing to play in solo play. That's the only reason I'm knocking it a star. Not that my ratings mean anything, but that's just my point of view on it. But yeah, I still highly recommend the game. It's a lot of fun, even if you don't play Ripley in solo mode. There are 4 other characters to play in solo mode. I have played all of them so far, and I have enjoyed the hell out of this game. It's a good game. That's about it. Like, yeah, if you like Aliens and you like board games, check it out. It's definitely easier on the wallet than Another Glorious Day in the Core. That one's pretty pricey, especially to get all the expansion stuff and get a complete game. But yeah, if you like that kind of stuff, then I highly suggest picking up a copy of Alien: Fate of the Nostromo, which is hard to see on my camera, but really good game. I'm pleased with it. 4 out of 5. Those are my thoughts on it. I may actually do like a playthrough video with this at some point. It just depends on if I can get my camera to behave long enough. But also, again, if you want to just watch a video that teaches you everything about from setting up the board to how to play and choose your missions, check out Watch It Played. It's a huge channel. He's sponsored and everything. Got thousands of viewers or subscribers. But there's a reason for that. He's really, really good. I've watched several of his videos, and it has led me to go buy games just because of that. That's all I've really got. If you enjoy these videos or me ranting and rambling about games, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give a thumbs up to the video. Helps us circulate the video with the YouTube algorithm. If you would like to communicate further with me, you can leave messages or comments below. You can also find me on Facebook at Rob's Game Group. I'll put a link in the description of this video. Alright, well that's it. Until next time, my friends, good gaming and good luck.